Alright, so this is I don't know, segment 3 in my rock and roll stories from the 80s and 90s. First of all, you should note that it is December 13th. It's the anniversary of Chuck Schuldiner of death's, it's his anniversary of his death, actually. And so that's kind of what my video is. It's about, not really about Chuck and his death, but the time that my band was offered the opening spot for Death. And I think that the year was 94, late 94 or early 95. I'm not really sure, it's been a while. The band that I was in at the time, you're looking at the logo on the screen right here. That's a banner. And so, bring up Chuck. There's a bunch of Chuck photos. Death was coming into a club in San Diego called the Spirit Club. And Sanity's Void at the time, I do know that, I can't remember exactly what time of year or what year it was, but it was, like I said, 94, 95, and we did have a demo out, and we were selling that. So we were offered this opening spot for Death. Diane Wright, I believe, called us. I think it was her, maybe it was somebody else at that point. And it was a pay to play. Basically, we had to buy, I think, $250. Yeah, $250 worth of tickets. I can't remember how many tickets that was. But we had a band meeting to discuss it, and we turned it down like stupid asses. And I must tell you, I've been kicking myself in the ass ever since. I didn't even go to the show, even though I was a fan of Death. Had something to do with my mindset at the time was, you know, I was a musician, and yeah, musicians come into town, but you know, I'm busy with my thing, and I wasn't a fanboy. I didn't run around watching all these shows because I was doing it too. So I didn't even end up going to the show. Of course, looking back, I should have at least went to the show. We had decided that it was just simply a bad business decision. We're like, you know, how are we going to get rid of all these tickets? Where are we going to sell them? Who are we going to sell them to? Our friends? We didn't have enough friends to cover all those tickets. It wasn't like in LA where you could walk the strip and get rid of all your tickets on the strip, because, you know, the whole scene was hanging out on the strip. San Diego, we would have had to go to each club, and we didn't know how much time we were going to have with work, and then also with preparing for the gig itself, you know, rehearsals. So business-wise, it was a bad deal. We knew that we were going to get stuck with a bunch of tickets because they didn't want the tickets back; they just wanted the money. So we turned it down. And the thing about that is, the band I'm in now, you know, the guys are younger than me, and so from experience, I did tell them, you know, about this story, and that sometimes, you know, sometimes the memories and the photographs and the autographs and all that stuff is worth way more than what you would have lost. So, word to the wise, yeah, it may be a bad business decision. Maybe you're in a band and you're thinking along the same lines. But just keep in mind, you know, 20, 30, 40 years from that date, what could you get out of it versus what you wouldn't have out of it had you not done it. Of course, I don't even have the memories. I don't have nothing in the scrapbook, nothing. And whatever I would have had from that show would have been well worth $250 between, you know, 5 guys. So that was what we decided. And at the time, this was the lineup at the time. He had Mike. This guy here, he's kind of famous. Dwayne Byharry, he later played in Ripper Owens' Beyond Fear. Ripper Owens, you know, sang for Judas Priest, formed his own band, and then Ripper Owens formed Beyond Fear, and he did end up as the rhythm guitar player. You can check out their videos from that first album. And that was right here, this guy's named Chris. He was replaced by Dwayne. We had a vote, and I was the only one voting to keep him, so he had to go, unfortunately. And so really that's the end of my story, I guess. I just wanted to note that you know, Chuck died today, what, 2001, I believe, and you know, we've been missing him ever since. And so what a bummer. I got all their albums. And there's not much to say. He was taken by cancer, and cancer sucks.